Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to review Leona Kingscholar from the Twisted Wonderland series. This Tsum came out in February 2024 and does have a drop rate of 30% in the first lucky time. The ability description for Leona Kingscholar is clear as a horizontal line as well as the center of the screen. So there is two different ability animation that takes place during the ability time, which I'll get into it a little bit later. But first, let's take a look at his stats. In order for you to activate his ability, you're going to need to clear a total of 15 copies of him off the screen. And 15 copies is on the lower end, so definitely you'll be able to activate a lot of abilities per game. His minimum score is 30 with a maximum score of 1,255. So from a scoring perspective, Leona Kingscholar is not that great. It's not that good on the minimum side and also not that great on the maximum side. You wouldn't be using Leona Kingscholar to get a really high score. But if you do want to get him to skill level 6, you're going to need to get a total of 36 copies of him from either the premium box or using skill tickets on him. And this is actually one that you might want to consider on maxing out, or at the very minimum get him to skill level 1. And that's because Leona Kingscholar is one of the best Tsums to have for a combo plus coin earning combo. So meaning that he's going to be good for coins as well as good for combo missions. We don't have a lot of Tsums that's good for coins as well as good for combos. They're going to be one or the other. But Leona Kingscholar fits in both of those categories, so it's a good option if you need a combo maker as well as a good coin earner. And as you level up Leona Kingscholar, the skill range is going to increase. And this is only in reference to the center burst and not the horizontal clear, which I'll show you in the side-by-side comparison a little bit later. But if you're enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, go over the selection boxes as well as the pickup capsules, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription really helps me out a lot. I also have a Discord server where other Tsum Tsum players are gathering to talk about the game, ask for help, and sending each other hearts and coins as well. So if you're interested, scan this QR code. I'm also going to have the links in the description below if you prefer to use the links versus the QR code. Alright, so let's take a look at all 6 of the skill levels for Leona Kingscholar. And the only difference here is going to be the skill range, and again, this is only in reference to the center burst. The horizontal clear will not change regardless of what skill level you have him at. So when you're using Leona Kingscholar, one very important thing is if you want to optimize his ability, you definitely want to spam the skill button. And what I mean by spamming is just keep pressing that skill button even if it's not fully charged yet. You want to definitely start pressing that ability button once it hits halfway or 3/4 of the way because you want to use the overcharge effect. Any Tsums that gets carried over will go into the next ability time. Ultimately, what you want to do here is activate as many abilities per game, and you're using Leona Kingscholar primarily for its combo ability. Leona Kingscholar is going to be a really good combo maker, so if you have any of those missions that require you to get 150, 200, even 400 combos per game, Leona Kingscholar is one of those Tsums that could tackle that problem. You're unlikely going to need to get 400 or more combos. I think like 160 or 180 is the most I've seen. It's not going to be anything over 200. But if it ever gets to that stage, Leona Kingscholar is there and can handle that problem. And the next tip I have for you when you're using Leona Kingscholar is before you activate his ability, try to burst those bubbles and get rid of the bubbles because they do get in the way during ability time. So let's take a look at the ability time, and this is a side-by-side comparison of the abilities activated at the same time. And thank you guys for sharing the information about what Twisted Wonderland is all about because I've never heard of it before, and to me this is almost just similar to Harry Potter in a way. But in Twisted Wonderland, this sport is called Spell Drive and has very similar concepts in my opinion. Essentially what happens is that Leona Kingscholar and his schoolmates will fly across the screen and ultimately throw a disc into a hole. But if you look at it here, you'll see that every single clear on the screen, the horizontal clear, it's going to count as one combo. That's why you see all of these ones on the screen. They count as one combo. Generally, you're going to get about 18 to 19 combos every single time you activate the ability. But that's why you want to make sure you have a lot of Tsums on the screen, so every single Tsum counts as one combo. Now if you look at the shape here, this is the only thing that's different between all of the skill level is this size of the center clear. It's not going to impact the size of the horizontal clear, but only this center burst here. And for skill level 1, I ended up with a chain of 17. Skill level 2, I got a chain of 21. And then finally for skill level 3, I got a chain of 23. So as you progress here and level up your Leona Kingscholar, that center burst is going to increase, getting you a lot more chains. Now, when you're using Leona Kingscholar, you're not necessarily going to be using it to focus on coins because he's not necessarily the best coin earner. However, he is a really good combo maker. So I'm going to skip to the very end of the game to show you how many combos I got in these 3 gameplays. As you see here, for skill level 1, I ended up with a combo of 412, and these were me playing kind of sloppily. I wasn't really necessarily playing extremely fast, but still ended up with 412, so pretty good. And then skill level 2 and 3, I tried a little bit harder. For skill level 2, I ended up with 511, so almost getting 100 more compared to skill level 1. And then skill level 3, I end up with 473 combos. So the combo piece, it's not going to change regardless of what skill level you have him at. So you don't necessarily need to get him to skill level 6 to have a really high combo. As you can see here, skill level 1 is already sufficient to get a really high combo. So if you're really getting Leona Kingscholar for its combo purposes, all you really need is have him at skill level 1. But if you want a Tsum from this month that earns you good combos as well as a high coin count, then you definitely want to get Leona Kingscholar. However, I do think that there are going to be better Tsums to come out this month that are better at coin earning. Alright, so moving on to our higher skill levels at skill level 4, 5, and 6. Skill level 4, you're going to have a skill range of large, and then extra large for skill level 5, and then extra large for skill level 6. This is going to be the reference of that center burst at the very end. So Leona Kingscholar does perform a lot better at these higher skill level. What ends up happening is that you're going to be able to activate a lot more abilities per game, and because you're able to activate a lot more abilities per game, you're going to get a lot more of those horizontal clears of all those ones per game, therefore earning you a higher combo as well. Again, you don't necessarily need so many combos, just having him at skill level 1 is sufficient. So if you don't have a lot of coins saved up and you want to explore other Tsums in the future, then I highly recommend you to save your coins and either invest in the pickup capsule or on a Tsum that's actually a design coin earner. Leona Kingscholar just happens to be a pretty good coin earner at skill level 6, but you do need to get him to skill level 6, which is pretty big investment. You either have to spend a lot of skill tickets or a lot of coins to try to get Leona Kingscholar to skill level 6, especially if you don't have all the Tsums maxed out yet. And by the way guys, if you want to see uninterrupted gameplays for Leona Kingscholar, I will have that in the description below and also tag it in the top right hand corner here as well. So if you want to see uninterrupted games, you'll be able to see just the gameplays alone without commentary, so you see how they perform and how I played them. So let's take a look at the abilities activated at the same time. Unfortunately for us, for the international players, we don't have voice Tsums, meaning that we don't have the actual voices of the character. I think if we did have the voiceovers, it would make the gameplays a lot more dramatic, which I prefer. I also didn't pause for the horizontal clear because that's going to remain constant between all 6 of the skill levels. But what I want to show you guys here is this center burst or center clear. As you can see at skill level 6, it's significantly bigger compared to skill level 4 and definitely a lot bigger compared to skill level 1. So because that it's going to clear a majority of the screen, it's going to earn you a lot more clears of Leona Kingscholar, so it's very likely that you'll be able to get back into fever time. At skill level 4, I got a chain of 26, skill level 5, I got a chain of 28, and then finally for skill level 6, I got a chain of 33. But again, you're not necessarily using Leona Kingscholar for coins or even for high chains, you're really using it for the combo purposes. So let me skip on ahead and show you the combo results for these 3 gameplays. At skill level 4, I ended up with a combo of 476, and at skill level 5, I got a combo of 533, and then at skill level 6, I got a combo of 599. And the coin results, as you can see at the very end here, it's very good for skill level 6, but maybe what I'll do is I'll show you all 6 of them at the same time so we could do a comparison. These are the results of all 6 of the gameplays that you just watched. At skill level 1, I ended up with 1,215 coins, nothing amazing by any means. Again, you're really using it for combo purposes at the lower skill levels, but if you're able to get him to skill level 6, you could use it for combos as well as for coin earnings. At skill level 6, I ended up with 5,185 coins, so pretty high up there for coin earnings, but for combo I was almost at 600. So definitely a lot more effective at the higher skill levels for combos, but again, you probably only need him at skill level 1 realistically. No one really needs 600 combos per game. I don't know of any missions that requires that many, so getting him at skill level 1 is already sufficient. And if you plan on using the 5-4 and coin boost combo, you're probably going to start using it at skill level 4 and nothing sooner. Once you get him to skill level 4, it becomes a very effective Tsum to use 5-4 on coin boost if you want, and hope for a coin fairy. But ultimately, if you want a good coin earner with a good combo, then you need to get Leona Kingscholar to skill level 6 first. So that's my review of Leona Kingscholar. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining, and if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.